the dark side, the lonely side, the frustrating side of a online content creator. Whether you're the day trader, as I am, or Martyn Lucas, the musician, which I also am. There's a different side to it that you don't get very often a chance to see. And I wanted to share that side with you now. You all see me do my live shows with the day trader and my music and so on, and I'm always upbeat and I'm always positive because I love the family, love the community. But what goes on behind the scenes, things that you don't get to see? Well, a little bit of background. I used to be an in-person performer, travelling all over the world as the world piano man, performing live shows and so on. Well, because of COVID, things changed. All my gigs got cancelled and I formed a new life online. It took a while to get it right, lots of learning curves to go through, lots of stuff to build here in the studio. It was difficult at first, made lots of mistakes, but we got there in the end and we now have this really beautiful, successful studio. But what more importantly is the point is I've now got an amazing family here online, and every day I go live with you and I can't think of anything better. It's replaced my touring days with online performances instead. But it feels exactly the same. In fact, when I was performing on stage with the big spotlights in my eyes, I never got to see an audience anyway. So really, it isn't much difference other than the fact that I don't have to carry my gear around anymore. I still do a few shows, but mainly it's online. But what goes on behind the scenes? Well, what you don't know is the abuse, is the attacks, is the criticism, from people who watch your shows or who message you or get in contact with you one way or another. And it's very hurtful at times. It's very, very difficult at times to deal with it. One of the things is, as an online creator, you create content, and how does anyone find you? Well, I started out at the beginning by doing mass mail merges, like mass texting or mass emails. I've only actually done that maybe about 5 or 6 times. I haven't done it very much, but not found it very effective, because you're mass talking to people and maybe they don't want your content anyway and so on. But what tends to happen is those people will, rather than unfollow you or unsubscribe from you or whatever, they will report you to Google, the analytics, and saying this is spam, stuff like that, rather than just unfollowing you. So that's a very ineffective way of me marketing anyway. But anyway, I stopped doing that recently anyway. I didn't want to do it anymore, and I haven't done that sort of thing now for quite a while. Recently, we started the WhatsApp, and that didn't really work out, doing mass merges as well, because that was getting people were coming in, corrupting that, trying to take advantage of that, spamming it, and then they were spamming you. It's awful. So I stopped doing that. So now I do not do any mass mailing whatsoever. I never contact you at all. Everything you see, everything you get from me is because you asked to see it. I create content and I post it in about 20 different places, 20 platforms every day I stream live, and you have to follow me, or you have to like, or you have to search it out, and then you have the choice to follow, subscribe, or whatever, ring that bell like I talk about a lot. You have that choice. You have the power to turn that off. I can't reach you in any way. You will never get any mass mailing from me. I might reply to you by text if you text me personally. I will, definitely. If you email me, I'll email you back. If you send me a message on any platform at all, I will message you back. But I don't do any mass mailing. So it gets very hurtful and painful when people contact you, even members of your own family who you think would understand, message you and say, hey, stop spamming me with all your messages. Well, I just want to be absolutely clear, I don't message anyone. If you wake up every morning and see 20 notifications in your Facebook about me, or 20 notifications in YouTube, it's because you are a friend or a subscriber and you've chosen to be notified and to follow me, and you've rung the bell and you get notified with everything I do. I can't turn that off. I can't ask YouTube or Facebook not to message you and let you know I've gone live or done a show. What would be the point of that? No one would know I've got anything to offer, right? But you can decide whether you want to receive that information or not. You can always remain a subscriber or remain a friend or remain a follower, whatever it might be, but you might decide to turn down the amounts of notifications. And different platforms, you have those options. You can go, I only want to hear from you once a day or once a week or what have you. So you can choose the frequency. I've had people message me and say, hey, stop texting me at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to report you. I'm going to ban you. I'm going to do all these kind of things. Well, I have a global audience, and if I send out a message to someone, I don't know what you're doing or when you're asleep. You just put your phone in silence if you're sleeping, or you turn off notifications for that app or whatever. You all have the control. There's so much negativity in the world now. Everybody's out to get someone. Everybody's out to see the bad side of things. And really, nothing I do is negative. Everything I do is for you. Everything I do is to support you. Everything I do is to provide the best quality content, honestly, openly, fairly as I possibly can. I will never message you unless you text me. I will never just randomly mass merge anyone. If you receive notifications from me, it's because you've chosen to receive that information. I hope you enjoy my content, and I hope you'll continue to support me. And this channel, I believe, will be one of the biggest YouTube channels ever, because it's all about giving. The more you give, the better it is. That's the way I believe, and that's what I've always done and always will do. But just know that behind the scenes, it gets difficult from time to time when you're trying to do a good job, and there are people messaging behind the scenes, having a go, saying you shouldn't keep texting me, you shouldn't keep messaging me, I'm going to report you, and all this kind of stuff, and many other negative comments as well. Just know that I'm a real person, and it really hurts. If you get an email from me and you don't want to get an email from me, and I've only emailed you because you've emailed me, then you can either just block me from your phone or remove me as a contact or whatever you like, but please don't report me to Google as spam, and so many of you have done that. Please don't report me to the text service when I used to do that and say, hey, this person's texting me, because you get blacklisted. And nothing I send is spam. I don't use any bots. I don't use any automation. I manually do it myself, because you've asked to see it. Anyway, I just wanted to share a little bit about what goes on behind the scenes, how an online creator struggles every day to get noticed. But now I feel that my channels are growing, so I'm going to do even less. I'm just going to produce my content, share it on my social media. You choose to follow, like, subscribe, get notified, and that's it. I will never force my content on anyone. So there we go. I hope you enjoy my content and continue to be friends and followers and supporters to all I do. And I'm here to serve, and I'm here to give as much as I humanly possibly can. But just know, even though I've been very down about this recently, I am extremely happy every day I sit in this studio and broadcast to you. It's the best part of my day. I absolutely love it, and long may it continue. See you live on the music channel Martyn Lucas, or see you live on the Day Trader. Take care of yourselves and each other.